Welcome to the Uriah Jokes Podcast, the podcast with epic financial advice that will save you millions. I'm talking millions upon millions. Just look at this tidbit, and this one's free. It's hard to get an angel investor when you're an atheist. And with that, let's get to the man who is constantly in a fight with a demon for the remote control. Welcome, the man controlling the man in the mirror, which is him, so he controls himself. Welcome, Uriah Wesman. Fantastic. How's everyone doing? Terrible? Terrible. Well, I don't got time for your problems. I can barely take care of myself. I'm talking to a bird in my free time. So feel free to hit that like. Hit that subscribe button down below and online bully our HR department to try to win some free swag. And what free swag is it stuff that, as a poor person, that is so devoid of value that I will give it to you if you give me money. So on that note, let's up the ante with money that we don't have. And let's get to the news. Kick it. The old Farmers Almanac, and don't get that confused with the new Farmers Almanac. Those sons of bitches. No pictures. All Farmers Almanacs have pictures. How are you supposed to know which crop is controlled by the scarecrow and which crop is controlled by the ancient sheep god that you once a year sacrifice to make sure those crops are good, and which crops are controlled by the witches? That's what the old Farmer's Almanac was always about. Millennials, man. But I got farmers up my ass about these crops, about these crows, about these rats, about these chickens secretly learning how to fly with the help of a rooster who can't fly. With the help of a rooster who can't fly. And trade wars. Trade wars? What are the sorceress of the apprentices up to now? I don't got any time for this. I never wear a watch, you moron. Daylight savings is coming, just like winter. The moon's out of line. The moon's out of sync. Mercury is in retrograde. Does that mean you're going to listen to Block Party? I don't know. I don't know anything about you. And I can only deal with the thoughts inside my mind because I got like 8 people talking and this bird won't shut up. So new farmers move over. It's time for the old Farmer's Almanac. What the hell is a Farmer's Almanac? And why are we so angry about it? I don't know. The news, everything's polarized nowadays. I tried to get a chocolate bar today, and they're like, Uriah, no, you cannot have white chocolate. That's not okay. I'm like, what the hell? Whatever it is, they say, whatever they say about chocolate's not important. I like to make s'mores with white chocolate, and that's something I'm gonna have to deal with when I eventually get married and have kids that I will grow up to despise. But whatever it is, whatever they say this Halloween, there will be a full hunter's moon. How about that? Full hunter's moon? That can't be correct. That can't be correct. Let me look at here. Wow, how about that? In all the time zones. In all the time zones? What? This is crazy. 20 for you. That is a silver lining, which is good. Because if you have a playbook with the help of Jennifer Lawrence,
and Matthew McConaughey's Bradley Cooper, then you can get rid of the werewolves and your crops will grow really, really good. I'm talking about my crops, it makes my nose itch. That's how I know the crops are growing. And you know what definitely isn't growing? This podcast. This podcast is not growing. Wow. In all the time zones, including Washington, D.C. I mean, it is, how about that? In all the time zones, including Washington, D.C. And no one includes Washington, D.C. because everyone hates that place. Even the people that live there, they hate that place so much, they don't even get voting rights. They're like, no thanks, this place is bad enough. We don't need someone messing it up here at Washington, D.C., District of Crap. I only been there in 2006 during the winter time, and I'll tell you what, you don't want to go there in the winter time. It's another level of depression. Let's just say that it's the only place the Great Depression is still there. That's right, it's still there in Washington, D.C., and you should, because it's a fact based on farmers. You should believe me, because it's a fact based on farmers. And you know what they say, don't mess with the people who handle your food. Especially when they always carry a shotgun around with them to ward off trespassers, ghosts, and looters. They're always on those rocking chairs, sitting there guarding their crops, man. They also use weapons like that hay thing, with the 3 spikes that goes like that. A trident? A trident? Is that what they use? Oh, I'm a trident man, and I'm digging. I really should have interviewed a farmer, because I have no idea what they do. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it, you morons. When we all think of All Hallows Eve, many of us conjure up terrifying images of werewolves, alt-right goblins, leftist zombies.
Oh, is that vegan? Oh, is that sustainable? Is that a gluten-free? Oh, da ba 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 ba.
And other scary things that go bump bump in the night, like neon ravers or neon Leos.
Red pill or the green pill?
Neither pills, man. I got natural eczema. I got natural oils, man. They get rid of all the toxic chemicals. So, how common is the full moon? I'm glad you asked that question. I'm glad you asked that. You're welcome. You're welcome too. You're welcome more. Well, to answer your question, it's about as common as a muskrat running for Senate. So hold up, what's a muskrat? Google it, you moron. And also, we have to go back to 2002, that's right. The last meerkat running for Senate unsuccessfully in Alaska was 2002. But we have to go back all the way to the Great Muskrat Race of 1828. But why would we go back to 1828, you moron? The last hunter's moon was in 2001. But that was the first one since 1944. That's 67 years. Really? The moon couldn't have waited 2 more years for the comedic effect of 69? What the hell? So what the hell is a blue moon? I'm getting to it. Be patient, man. I'm not a moon expert, and I don't pretend to be, which sets me apart from other podcasts. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not a moon expert. I will never go to the moon. But what I know is that according to the Farmers Almanac, we are the #1 podcast when it comes to not knowing anything about farming. And according to the actual Farmers Almanac that we did put in quotations here, for more than half a century, whenever 2 full moons appear in a single month, you can expect massive vampires. This is straight from the Almanac. You can expect werewolves. You can expect kids dressed up in costumes and haggling you for money like a bunch of freeloaders. The second full moon is Christianed a blue moon. A Christian blue moon? A Christian blue moon? Don't tell that to a Mormon. Oh, a christened. Oh, the moon fucks. Oh, the moon fucks. That's why it's a blue moon. It's got the blue balls. Well, I don't assume the moon's a man. The moon's not a man. Who knows? We don't know. Is it conforming to the genders? We don't know. But what we do know is when you look at a full moon on Halloween night, it won't appear blue. It won't appear. It won't be blue. But we'll be looking at something pretty uncommon. But it's just gonna be a full moon then? It's not gonna be blue? What the hell? This has been a rough 2020, and I don't know if I can take another disappointment like this. Another curveball? And you know it's bad because I'm bringing up baseball. And you know it's bad when I'm talking up and bringing up baseball. And this is baseless. It's a boring sport to walk the earth since the last zombie takeover of the hinterlands during the anecdotic debacle of the late century that was over the disenfranchisement of local squirrels that were fined during a war. And of course, that was a war that was lost when the opposing baseball team hit it out of the park and they didn't want to go get the ball. They're like, why'd you hit the ball so far away? I'm like, this is baseball, isn't it? They're like, no, some people in the MLB don't have to hit it as far. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, so some places you don't have to hit the ball as far. That's not equal. That's a bunch of morons. Plus, the other side was basketball. And they didn't have any weapons, they just bounced the ball around. That's why baseball exists still, because they have a bat to beat people that didn't like it. Look it up, Google it, I'm being serious. I mean, too bad hockey wasn't created yet. They would have done a couple slap shots and boom, boom, boom. Before you know it, we live in an authoritarian world controlled by hockey players. Man, oh man.
And this has been the Uriah Jokes Podcast. It's every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Fantastic. 5 days a week. So that means no more episodes with 0 views, but we are upping the ante with 0 views. But that's something someone says before having some cold, hard, gluten-free truth. Baseball is run by a debacle of the Illuminati trying to make money off the art of sitting. And I'm a professional sitter. Why don't I get paid millions of dollars? This was detailed in the groundbreaking series that I forgot to finish the show. That's the end. That's it, and now someone's messing with my crops. My nose is itchy. And this has been the...
We already did that. It's over.